Hi friends of Sally Antiques. Today I would like to present you some of the daggers that we have in our collection. It's quite a variety from military daggers to civilian daggers and hunting daggers. One of the first examples I would like to show you is Commando dagger Fairbairn-Sykes first pattern. These things are quite rare, as the collectors will know. I've showed you some before in previous videos, because obviously we have some that arrive, some that go. This is the first type of commando dagger ever made. Nobody knows the exact numbers. They say 450, maybe 600, but it's not very certain. The interesting thing is that obviously they were issued to the first commandos. They were used in the desert and in different other places, and this particular pattern has been replaced later on with a different example with the Mark II, which I have examples here like this. Right, this is a Mark II, which this Mark II had three issues. It had the black blade, wick without Wilkinson stamps. So depending on the time when they were made, you find different variants of these. And also we have the Mark IIIs like these, which is looking more like the standard commando dagger of the 1950s, but they were made in 44, 45 and later on. And one other example which is slightly different is this, which is I've done for airborne troops. A lot of the Americans used to buy these. But beside these commando daggers, obviously we have a selection of divers knives like these. The divers use them obviously for as a utility knife, but also for other purposes. And you have trench knives. We have a selection of Bowie knives like this, which were used throughout the 19th century and later on. And there's also examples like this. This is actually an American bayonet. This was used for the American rifles during the different conflicts. We have all the types and examples. And some of these daggers are even more spectacular. They are very ornate. They look quite impressive, and the size is quite large. Going to further down, we have here a very nice selection, and in a separate video I'll show you this. I'll explain the story of some of these. But as I was showing you the divers knives. This is a Zig Gorman earlier piece, which was very popular with the divers. A lot of people who were in the diving area, they use those. And last but not least, I would like to present you some of these Wild West daggers like this one. Quite nice. A lot of these pieces were made in Sheffield. They have splendid blades. If you look at them, they're quite something. But my favorite piece from here is by far a native Indian example, which is this. This is one that was made and used by the natives there. Eventually the cowboys started to use these as well. You see them used quite often, but this is nicely made. It's all proper period piece. You can see the animal skin. A lot of them were made of buffalo skin, because that's what the Indians were making. And this is like sort of a more later example towards the end of the 19th century. Right. Now, this being said, please visit the website, have a look there. You'll see all the examples, all these daggers there, with pictures, with details. And if you fancy any, please give us a shout, and we'll be very happy to help you. See you next time.